Hello, everyone. Nick from Claret and Booze. Nick and Mick, the Nick and Mickey show. No John tonight. He's out in a cab. How are you, Mick?
Yeah, Kushti. Good weekend, to be fair to you.
Yeah, good. Well, you enjoyed the football and all that, and
yeah. Well, I don't know if people know that. If people see in the comments here, Avram. So yeah. Avram had won a prize to meet his idol one night, and anyway, I met him on the Friday night, and we went to Top Golf, and they always say you shouldn't meet your idols, and that's the reason why. It's because I absolutely smashed him at golf.
Is that the only reason you're mentioning that? Is because you kicked his ass? Is that
you know
it?
What? I wasn't going to mention this year, right? But
yeah,
he's a golfer. He goes golf all the time. I haven't swung a club for 10 years, and I absolutely schooled him.
You do realise a Top Golf ain't golf, though, didn't you?
Oh, but he's to me. That's a. I was in like I want my green jacket up. That's why I got it on there. I want the green jacket up.
No, good stuff.
It was good though.
Good. Yeah, I've had an all right weekend. Everything apart from the football. It's been. How was you feeling about the Tottenham game? Was you getting optimistic? Because you know what I said. Because what I've lacked for the last year. Hello, everyone in the chat. By the way, we'll go for it. Mickey's going through your comments now, but we'll pull up some of your comments in a minute. What I've lacked for the last year, you know, well, I'm negative, Nick. So in the lead up to a game, I can be really negative and go, no, we're going to get beat. And then I'll go from a 3-0 or a 4-0 prediction on a Wednesday if it's a Saturday game. Friday night, I'll be talking Desmond's. I'll be thinking, oh, hello, Cat. I'll be thinking Desmond's 2-2. And then in the morning of the game, it didn't matter what it was. I always felt like we was going to win. So that's always been me with football. But in the last year, I've not had that feeling. And the really sad thing was that happened to me this week. I went from 4-0 defeat with Spurs. I went to a draw on Friday night. And I woke up on Saturday morning fancying it. I thought we're gonna do them, and that'll teach me for being optimistic, mate. That'll teach me. How was you feeling?
Well, this is like Big Phil. Look, fuck, you know. So you know me on the Thursday night thing. I predicted a 4-0 loss. I really did. I genuinely felt that. And then I watched the first half, right? And this is why I don't do the watch-alongs anymore. And I realised this through that. And I watched the first half. I was talking to other people and that, and I was quite optimistic about that first half, saying we're in the game. I think it was a fair half. No, we had the best of the first 20 minutes. They had the best of the second, blah, blah, blah. And I was saying, look, I'm quite optimistic. I think we're giving them a game. It could go either way. And then it's that trying to be a bit positive about things that literally minutes after, they literally kick you in the bollocks and mug you right off.
Well, he made note. I mean, we all felt confident, I think, after the first half. But all of us were saying, I think, that he's got to make changes, though. He's got to bring a striker on.
I said the one thing that was really to be downhearted about was James Ward-Prowse. Whether I don't like him as a player or not, he was useless. He was absolutely doing nothing. He was a waste.
Yeah,
he was a waste. Yeah, I know. And I said that he couldn't come back out. But again, he made no changes.
Wasn't the obvious thing to do was to pull off James Ward-Prowse, drop Paqueta deeper, and bring on Wilson.
I don't know what wanking him off would have done, but
I know. Pull off a JWP.
You know what I mean? You know. But and it was, and that's one of the watch-alongs because I try and stay as positive as I possibly can be all the time. But it drains you because there's nothing to be positive about. It just literally drains the life out of you.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. I just thought, and after that, I didn't even feel I wasn't even angry that we'd lost 3-0. It sort of half comes expected now. And that's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I got more angry after it finished. Watching it, I felt complete sort of apathy. And then, you know, I kind of I start to boil up when I start talking about it. And the thing that's done me, Mick, because the elephant in the room, all right, we've all got to take an L sometimes. Never going to stop talking about this. Mads Hermansen, what's your verdict on him now?
I don't know what to say to him. He's pretty shocking, isn't he? Like
he's too small for a keeper, isn't he?
You know what? I totally agree. That second goal with that lob header, it was a good header. Don't get me wrong, but even in the positioning, if Areola was in that same position, which I don't think he would have been that far out, but if he would have been in that same position, he would have got that.
He'd have got a full hand to it.
He would have done. But it's just alligator arms is so bad. I was surprised
he's got to come
see him
out,
make
mate.
them great save. There were 2 great saves, double save at the end.
Yeah, they're nice and close to him, though.
They was nice and close to him. They come to him fast, but still.
Yeah. But the thing is, what I don't understand is a team that was struggling in the league last year. Well, we have done for a while in the league anyway. You know, for the last 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is now. But to resolve our issues, we go out and we add a tiny fucking goalkeeper to that mix. Now, when it comes to scouting, this was definitely Graham Potter's pick because he went out, he got the goalkeeping coach, which is what he wanted, and this goalkeeping coach identified this goalkeeper he's worked with before at Bromby. It was definitely his man. But if you listen to anyone from the Leicester fan channels that speak about Hermansen, they say how he's not dominant. He don't dominate the ball. He can't dominate his box. He's not big. He gets beat quite a lot from long distance. He can't catch a ball from a set piece. And mate, this is the fucking Premier League. And straight away you saw what Frank identified that was Tottenham's plan. They were just plonking that ball on top of him every 2 minutes, weren't they?
All
just
the time.
Every 2 minutes.
All the time.
You
know? They'd seen the blueprint for it and they had their game plan. So fair play to them. And that first goal, yeah, like I mentioned all day long. But if you look at the marking, every West Ham player was at the front post. And Spurs had about 6-7 players at the far post. There was no one marking at the back. And then they basically had a free header. So it was so disheartening, like to think we're giving them a game, come out, capitulated, and same old again. And then I don't buy this into, look, you can't, there's no excuses for it, whether Souček got sent off or not. There's no
mate, still having them two in midfield. Still having them two in midfield. I mean, I think everyone, when they looked at that team sheet, was just fucking devastated, weren't they? Really, they were. It's good to see Jimmy in there. It's good to see 4 at the back. But when you see that midfield, and you know, like I said in me post match, it's a one area where we've got options. We've got other options there. You just can't get them out of the team. You can't. You can't.
That's the disheartening thing. Do you remember when Pellegrini chose the goalkeeper? Well, I can't remember his name, Roberto, and it cost him his job in the end. But
yeah.
In a kind of similar role sort of thing, or like the similar situation, James Ward-Prowse is near enough costing him, Potter, his position, because he won't stop playing him, but he does nothing. He absolutely does nothing. Like, apart from, looks like he's running in lead. He's so bad. But the difference is between the Roberto position and James Ward-Prowse is you're correct in what you're saying. We've got multiple options than just that. Give Steve Potts the ghost. Let the new boy have a start. Do you know what I mean? Whatever. But now he's going to, because Souček is injured.
He's banned for 3 games now.
Sorry, Souček is banned. But I don't think that's not going to mean he's going to drop James Ward-Prowse. It just means that they put something. No, he'll still be in there. It's disgusting, I think, anyway.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, to be fair to Souček weren't having the worst game in the first half. He ain't good on the ball, but he was blocking well. You know, as a CDM, he was blocking well. But this is a problem that you've got when you've got a player that's got no technical ability, and you're going up against a high intensity opposition where they're on top of you. The ball comes into him, he can't control it, and that all comes off the back. He's got no technical ability whatsoever. You know, crazy fucking lunge. It was so frustrating. Oh, look, Jose's here already. Look, Jose's here already.
He said the first thing he'd do as West Ham manager would drop. He gets the vote for me then. Bring him in.
I think he'd beat him up and all. He'd beat him up. I'll tell you what, before we go on to the managers, right, there is something, I'm going to do this early on in the show so that everyone that wants to see it, everyone should want to see this, knows where to meet. And that is for the protest this coming Saturday. Get that comment off, Mick.
Right, hold on.
Because you've got the important information at the bottom. So, yes, this Saturday, the 20th of September, against Crystal Palace, we're meeting early. So don't go for 12:45. Do you know what? I'm going to probably get there around about 12:15, something like that, or midday. Get there nice and early by the entrance. And I know there's other bits and pieces going on. And look, I'm not going to say to anyone, don't go to that. If you do, just make sure that you don't get caught up and that you're at this one, because there's no point having 2 big groups. That has a lesser effect. What we want is to get everybody in one place so that it can have the most impact, because we're going to have people there that are going to be videoing it. There's going to be photographers there as well, sort of getting good shots of it. to show the scale of the protest. And I do think there's going to be a lot of response to this. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Like I say, I haven't got a ticket to the game. I haven't. I'm going. I'm probably gonna go down Roman Road, have a bit of pie and mash first, and then have a little wander up there, and then go and try and find a pub that's got a dodgy stream. I've already got a couple of names because it's 3 o'clock in it, so it won't be officially televised. So I'll go and watch a game afterwards as well in a boozer. So I think it'd just be nice, mate. It's time now. You know that's the only thing positive that you can take is that we didn't scrape a draw or something. I mean, look, I would love to have beat Spurs, but we didn't deserve to in the end. And at least that, if anything was going to derail this protest, it probably would have been that. And we do that. This is more important than a win against Spurs. It's more important because we will always arrive back at that point. And I think this might have been people that were starting to slip and slide after the Forest game because it don't take much for some people. It don't. And this will hopefully realign people's focus. Yeah, entrance. Which fucking entrance? It's on there, Phil.
It's on there. Entrance B.
Entrance B.
Put your glasses on, you old bastard.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll be that anyway. So this is a first stage. And the thing is, right, they are making such good progress. They are. Hammers United are working so hard to get not just there's loads of other stuff happening as well that you're kind of not aware of yet, and they're putting so much pressure on the board at the minute, and that is why via the FAB, the Fan Associations Board, who haven't always had the most credit from West Ham fans, but they have done well in this instance. So I've been told they've really given the board what for, and it was off the back of that. When the stories came out about Karen Brady, is she going to resign? And as I said earlier on, there's no way she'll resign, but she can get voted out. If it goes to a board vote and they say, no, she's got to go, the fans need a peace offering, it could well happen. And I don't think there's been a decision on that yet. I know we've had counter stories come out from a fucking bum piece, Sean Whetstone, who's probably devastated at the idea that he's, his source of information might be leaving. But yeah, that's nonsense from what I've been told. So there's no decision been made yet. We don't know. She could go. And the other thing as well, as I said earlier on in that show, was because we're here to talk about the managers. So for me, Brady out. Yeah, hopefully this week, get some good news. But Potter as well. Like I said, I do feel like there's going to be a sacrificial lamb. And it could be 2 sacrificial lambs because it could be Brady and her manager, Potter. Could be a double whammy. Now, we know that Mourinho is looking for another job in London. We know that there was rumours that the board were eyeing up Frank Lampard as a potential replacement. And there is also a rumour that they quite like the look of Nuno, which I really don't. Out of those 3, I know we've spoken about other ones. Angie's gone now. He's gone to Nottingham Forest. I suppose, who's the other one? You got Xavi. Xavi's on the list as well. I really can't see Sullivan being able to convince someone like Xavi, though. That's the thing. Hello, Michael. I can't see Xavi sort of being able to convince someone like Xavi to come on board. I might be wrong. I don't know. But out of the 3 that you've got there, Mick, Lampard, Nuno, and Jose, who would you like least?
Lampard can fuck off. Lampard can absolutely go and fuck himself all day long.
What about yourself in the chat? Say the name from those 3. Let's imagine there's 3 managers that we can get. Right? Probably might not be any of them.
Don't make up your own ones. Don't put like Carrick and Dyche in there.
Yeah,
just
no Carrick. Don't know. So let's just. I know there's other managers out there, but just go with these 3. Right? Just play the game. So we've got Jose, we've got Nuno, and we've got Frank. Who's the one out of them 3 that you don't want? Lampard Jr. can fuck right off. Says some. Shall I do a poll? Shall I do a poll? That'd be easier.
Do a poll. Come on, you love a poll. Yeah, we're not having Carrick in now. It's just them 3 that they're.
Right, so Mick, talk to me about Nuno. What are your thoughts on Nuno?
So Nuno, I think you're spot on. I hate saying it, you big head, but I think you're spot on. I think that he will come in. I think that he would do kind of like what Moyes done. I think he'd have a couple of good seasons. What he done at Forest, but I think it would go down quick. I don't think he's the sort of manager that's going to get bums off seat and prolong. I don't think.
No. Also as well, I don't really think he's the strongest character either. I mean, he's crumbled under this Greek bloke, hasn't he?
Did he though? Did he crumble? Or like, was he already on a crumbling one anyway?
I'm not sure. I'll put the so I'll put Carrick in there as well. I can have 4.
Well, right, everyone's going to say Carrick, I think. Everyone else is going to say Carrick. Yeah, but I'm not a Carrick fan. I really ain't. I know a lot of people don't say about he knows the club and all this stuff, but it's the same thing. Scott Parker in. Fuck Scott Parker in. Why do you want all these people?
You don't like him, do you?
Look, genuinely, yeah. Forget him as a player, but Scott Parker as a manager, I think he's pure. I think he's great as a championship level. I think he's shit in the Premier League. I genuinely do. I can't stand him. I really like old shaky Parkinson. Do you know what I mean? I don't like him. But yeah, I can't stand Parker. Him and Lampard will be one of my 2 worst managers to get, genuinely. But
so you're not that keen on. So what's your problem with Carrick then?
I just think that I don't know. Like if he was that good, I think that he would have done a lot better with the team that he had in the championship. He was there for a while. He didn't really didn't really pull up trees, did he, with the team?
No.
So I'm just not that much of a fan for him. I could be swayed for him, but you're never going to sway me over Lampard. You're never going to sway me over Parker. Them two, never.
So Nuno would be your choice, right? So not Nuno. Mourinho would be your choice.
Begrudgingly, because he's the best. He's the best at them type of managers that we go for. So if you was to stick all the managers that we get in that pot, like that, the Moyes, the Potter, that sort of type.
The low block defensive managers.
Yeah, he's the best at what he does in that. I don't really want to see it because everyone knows I've badgered on about it. I don't even care about so much about the losing. I want to be entertained. I want that entertainment. And he's not going to give it. But out of all them I probably would choose Mourinho for me.
I do think that we would grow sick and tired of the football, but I do think also at the same time, I think that there would be a different type of entertainment from Jose. There would be. We've had these yes men for so long, and one thing he ain't, Mick, is a yes man.
He ain't. But I think that's why that he won't. Hold on, he's disagree with me, Kent. He likes Carrick. Look, fair play. Everyone's got their.
Right. So what's he said? He said, "Sorry, Mick, I completely disagree with you about Carrick. He's had to sell all these best players at Borough and still got them to the playoffs in every pre-season that he was there. See, that ain't bad, is it, really, when you think of it like that? So every season he's had to sell off his players and he's had to rebuild. Look,
listen, like I said, I might be unfair with Carrick, but like I said, I could be swayed to Carrick, but you're never going to sway me with Parker or Lampard, never. But Carrick, possibly. I forgot what you just asked there, though, because I just reading his comment.
I've just read that one out.
What did you ask me, Nick?
I don't remember now. Can't have been that important.
No, I can't remember. Sort of.
Yeah. So with I mean myself.
Oh, sorry, I remember you saying. Yeah, and he's the type of player, the type of man that he is, Mourinho. That's why I can never see Sullivan employing him. That's my number one choice.
It would be, but you've literally got no chance, mate. That geezer, his next move will be a top job. It will be. Unfortunately, we'd all take him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but that's why Sullivan won't have him, because if he wanted money or needed new players and Sullivan said no, he's not sort of someone who would just toe the line. He'll come out and say it.
You talking about Jose?
Yeah, he come out and say
it. The good thing is, Jose came in. He would demand a big pot in January. You know, if they came to him and said, you know, we haven't got the money, this, that, the other, it'd be like, oh, there you go, without Carrick. But if they tried telling him about FFP and money struggles, it'd be like, I don't really care. It'd be like, don't give me problems, give me money. That's what it'd be saying to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Because you would have to fucking you would have to back him big time. Just going to get me phone paired. Hang on, we'll open up the phone lines quicker than normal. Right, 1 second. Don't phone in yet, please, people. Just going to do a test, Mick. Make sure it works. Hang on.
Yeah, there's no way Sullivan's going to work with Jose. I agree with that.
Yeah, it's working. That is working. Right. So I won't put my number up yet, but if anyone does want to phone in, you can phone in now.
Yeah, good, mate. Did explain the thing. It was good. It was good. How's Bellamy doing as a manager now?
I'm not sure. I don't even know where he is. Where is Bellamy?
I don't know. People tell me.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Did you catch a football? Any of the other football this weekend, mate? I haven't watched any of it. I think that game killed me. I was just like, even the Liverpool game today.
It was the same as last season for me. When we play bad and boring, I just don't want to watch any more football.
Wind you up, didn't it? Do you know, like when you watch other?
Just can't be bothered to watch it no more. So I was going to watch the Liverpool game, watch the first 5 minutes, and I went, oh, do you know what? I just ain't feeling it. Can't be bothered.
I did watch the Leeds Fulham game, and that was a good game. That was two good teams, which is a late goal for Fulham in the end. But yeah, for me, I think Leeds look all right. They look decent. All the teams that have come up look all right. It's not gonna be easy to stay in the league this year. Do you know what I mean? When you're down there, it's not going to be a gift. It won't be like last season. I mean, people are saying Wolves. I even think they'll start picking up points at some point.
I just think that when they look at this league, like I was saying to you Thursday night, I think that the teams that have come up have looked at it and gone, do you know what? This is a team. This is a season that the promoted teams could actually stay up this season. And I think they're going to give it a good go. Oh, sorry, mate, I just missed that. Tony Watkins. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. That's a good point there, because there is
in his DNA. He fucked up the Spurs.
Yeah, I know.
Would you take Kudus as manager?
Hello, Gary.
Hang on, Nick. 1 sec.
Oh, fuck me! I can hear you. You're annoying, mate. I can hear you in the background. Yeah,
I'm annoying. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, mate. You're all right.
Yeah, God, 3 hours stuck on the M25, Nick. 3 hours.
Well, at least you're back home now, mate. At least you're back home safe.
5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. He moved. Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell! Was you in the car on your own, or was you?
On my own. Yeah. The thing was, a couple of cars in front of me, they stopped us, so I nearly got through it. But I said to the police, "Why can't you let us open up a couple of the lanes?" He said, because the cyclist might die waiting for a report. So do with all the evidence, I suppose, isn't it?
Fucking someone's almost died and you're worried about getting home. You've got no empathy, Gal. No empathy.
Oh, I knew the joke was on. Hello, Nick. Are you all right?
Yeah, Christy, mate. You all right?
Yeah, I'll be listening to what you say. I've caught the start of the show. So you talked about managers and stuff. I fancy, I know I've heard James at E20 talk about Craig Bellamy. I think that'd be a really good shout. Someone with a bit of passion there, like, I think he'd be a great choice. Craig Bellamy.
Has anyone told us in the chat where is he managing, Gary? Do you even know?
Wales manager.
Welsh manager.
Oh, he's a Wales manager.
Yeah, they did say in the chat he's a Welsh manager.
Oh, and he loved West Ham.
Yeah,
he said he loved the fans. He understood the football, and it'd be like a village situation, Nick. I think with Bellamy,
he would definitely connect with the fans. Like, absolutely, I would love that. But again, do you think that he's a type of character that they would go and employ? Because you're almost looking.
This is another thing. I mean, we're talking about who we want, aren't we? Not who.
Well, there's a question there from Randy. Put that one back up.
I just typing in. I was replying to him. So sorry, where is it?
So you got Randy said. So Mickey and Nick and everyone else in the chat, I suppose. Now, if you take the board out of the equation and you had your choice of a new coach without thinking of the board, who would you want? So I suppose you've got to be. So you said Areola. What about yourself, Gary?
Yeah, I think Bellamy. Although Areola would be very good as well, but I'm not so keen on Carrick. I don't know if he's got what it takes in the Premier League. Certainly not Scott Parker. Mourinho, I think, would be good for a short term, maybe a season or so. I think he'll certainly sort that fucking defence out. But I think Bellamy may be out of all of them. Because you want a player that the fans can relate to, like Bilic was,
Yeah. And do you think it's have you seen enough of Potter now? Do you want to give him more time?
Oh, mate, he's got to go. He's just terrible. I mean, how can he still be there when he's got a worse win ratio than Avram Grant, who got relegated?
Do you know we've only won 2 games at home in 9 months?
I know. 5 wins in 22, I think it is, Nick.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. You know what? He's got himself. He's only got himself to blame. He's playing James Ward-Prowse everything. I couldn't believe it yesterday. I thought he's got to take him off. And last minute, off went Paqueta, off went Fernandes, other players, still had him
Somerville as well.
And then they've got the goalkeeper, which I totally agree with you. And the thing is with Tottenham, like we said earlier, Nick, they weren't anything special, Tottenham. First 20 minutes, we were the better team. They come into the game more. All they was doing was putting the eyeballs under the bar.
Do you know what it felt like to me watching? I genuinely don't feel like Tottenham even got out of second gear in that entire game. I don't think they did.
We were lucky they got the Champions League game shoes because that's why they eased off, didn't they?
Yeah.
They started making substitutions. The game was won, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I mean, I don't think that. I mean, listen, Sullivan's got to go. Brady, 100%, totally agree. But Tottenham's wondered whether players get away with it a little bit sometimes, you know, because I've seen so many times now, Nick. It's like watching a DVD you've seen before. As soon as that first goal goes in, it just falls apart, doesn't it? Just totally falls apart.
Well,
there's no backbone there at all.
It's all right though because we've got a sports psychologist to help with that. He's doing good, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, like we said earlier, not playing Wilson from the start. I mean, I know he can't last 90, but you could have started him for, you know, give him an hour or so. I mean, and there was some really good crosses going in the first half. I think Jude was our best player, really. And then we bring Wilson on when we're 3-0 down. What's he supposed to do?
Yeah. Oh, De Rossi's a good shout.
He got it so right against Forest with his substitutions, and he got it totally the opposite wrong against Tottenham. But, you know, it's gone past now.
But what that proves is, Gary, when you look at his performance as a manager over the balance of his time here, that means that what the Nottingham Forest game was, it was a 40 clock performance. That was, you know, even a 40 clock's right twice a day. It was, you know, if you can't go from what he did at Nottingham Forest to that. His in-game management is shocking. And apart from anything else, I know you talk about, fair enough. I'll make you right. Players have got the burden of responsibility as well. I'll make you right. But do you know what? Quite often, a team will reflect that of their manager, and that bloke is one. That bloke is one limp dick. He really is.
Yeah.
See, when people say about that the players got to take responsibility, I do get that. But I always keep saying if it's just 1, 2, or even 3 players that are underperforming, then they've got to take the responsibility. But when it's most of the team, then it does fall on the manager for me and his tactics and his style of play. Yeah. I'm sorry, but it does.
This is it. I mean, once the game starts, you know, we all hate Sullivan wanting him gone. But end of the day, it's the players and the manager that are out on that pitch once it starts. And that first goal was shocking, Nick. I mean, you run a boys' team. I mean, you know, when I saw the replay, I watched it live, obviously. When I saw the replay, there was no one within 5 yards.
They was all defending the front. There was the front
but
of the goal.
See, there's no leaders out there. This is the trouble. We've spent £70 million on Sabido and Kilman. And these two managers, wanted Kilman, didn't they?
Yeah, but Gary, you're talking about leaders, right? Now, set pieces is a very technical part of the game. Now, that comes down to coaching and organisation. Yeah. That's coaching and organisation. That is what that is. We ain't got none. He don't know how to fucking coach set pieces.
No, but what I'm saying, Nick, when you go 1-0 down, where's the Billy Bonds or Julian Dix out there, or the Nobles, or where's someone actually getting hold of them?
For all we know,
there's nothing.
We might have one on the bench in Potts, but he ain't never going to get the minutes. And I know there's a lot of people in the chat. They're going to go,
Alvarez?
No, not Alvarez, but Potts. Who would you rather have in that holding role? Souček and James Ward-Prowse, or Potts and Magassa? Who would you rather have?
Potts and Magassa.
Yeah, you got someone. You got a West Ham lad to add into there. He's a bit fiery as well. Magassa looks, he's a big lump, and he looked quite mobile, good range of passing. So why the fuck wouldn't you just throw them in and get them out?
I mean, Magassa actually got 2 players in one there because he can actually play. He's a very good central defender as well.
How has Souček and James Ward-Prowse? They've both been awful and shit now for 3 managers, for Moyes, for Lopetegui, and for Potter. But all 3 managers refuse to drop them. All 3 of them. It's
obviously, I mean, obviously, the first part of the tenure, we had Declan Rice and Souček, didn't we?
But I'm talking about since James Ward-Prowse has come in. Those two together.
I don't know what he sees in these. I honestly don't know. I mean, there can't be a West Ham fan out there. There can't be even one that can see what he sees in Ward-Prowse. You know, I just can't see. You know, Nick, you sit there and you think, what are you actually seeing? The only thing I can think of
favouritism.
Is Potter is a negative manager, defensive, keeps possession, which means passing backwards and sideways.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. But ultimately, I think he's proving with the goalkeeper that his team selections are a little bit more shallow than that. You know, it's all about favouritism. I think James Ward-Prowse is a favourite. He's a favourite of Potter's.
Yeah.
Hermansen is his player. He ain't going to drop him. Now,
no,
he's handicapped our team with that fucking goalkeeper.
Massively.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Stop putting Mickey
I just
in
find
goal.
the whole thing. I just found the whole thing when I found the whole thing with Callum Wilson just sitting there all that time. I'm thinking. I mean, the thing was right. I think you summed it up last night, and another channel, James did as well. At half time, we were 0-0, right? You know, they had a goal just allowed. We got away with it. We got in half time. We probably about a fair result because we were the best team for the 20 minutes. We're playing some good stuff going forward. But half time, you think any manager, Nick, if it'd been you or Mickey, you sit there and think, right, hang on, I've got to change this because they're going to score. Yeah. He did nothing. He did nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Yeah, it is. And what I'm saying is, what more? If from the board's point of view, because you're annoyingly patient, right? So for you to be saying that it's time for him to go, what have the board got to see of this man? How bad does his record need to get before they wash their hands of him?
Trouble is with the standards with the board of West Ham are so low. You know, you imagine Arsenal, Tottenham putting up with this. Or, you know, it'd be long gone.
Oh, it'd be long.
We've seen the evidence. We've seen the evidence of that.
It's got to the point.
They got rid of Postecoglou after they won the cup.
That's the difference. That's the difference between a properly run club and West Ham.
Yeah.
That was our sliding. That was our sliding doors moment. Like I said, if we'd have done what needed to be done after that Conference League win, and we'd have got Marco Silva in, who was basically lined up and ready to come in, we would have been in our third year of Marco Silva now. Imagine if he'd have had all that money to fucking spend, because
the thing is, at the moment, right, the season, it's only 4 games in. If they get rid of him tomorrow and get a decent manager in, the season can still be salvaged. Because you look at this season, right, the European place is 8th place. Nottingham Forest are on decline, Villa are on decline. You know, you could, and a lot of these teams are playing like European games. We're not. We've got 1 game a week. If you change the manager now,
I'll make you right. If you change your manager now, you get the right guy. You get the right guy in who fucking can galvanise that team and get them playing. Then do you know what? Within 5 games, you're up to speed, and then you've got like 30 games in the season to put things right.
Mm.
So but we know they're not going to do that though. You know, I find it unlikely. Even though I've said today that there's a good chance that they will. I'm sort of in a state of I'm talking myself into it, and then I'm talking myself out of it again, because I'd love to think they would, even if it was just because, like I've said, that you've got the protest movement coming up at the moment, and they need to try and they want to try and derail it. They want to try and give they must want to try and get fans back in that stadium, because even without the fucking boycotts, mate, it's empty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, what we wouldn't give at a month for a prime Bonner or a Dawson in that centre back. Like, you know, someone who can actually head the ball.
You know, well, no,
we'd be such a threat going forward.
Mavro played well yesterday. He won everything in the end.
Yes, I thought he was decent. He headed a lot in the first half, didn't he, Nick?
Yeah.
I think Juve as well. I really like Juve.
Yeah, he was good. I was
going to say, Nick, what do you think of an idea, right, of keeping the back? Do you know, like bringing Wan-Bissaka back, putting him as a fullback, and pushing Juve further forward into the left side of midfield, because he's brilliant going forward. He's probably our best attacking player at the moment.
I think he's good. If you remember, cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers, Adam. I think if you remember when it was against Nottingham Forest, where Deal offered literally nothing going forward, but he only came to life when we put Jimmy out on that left hand side, because Jimmy takes the players away from him. And that opens up space. I don't think he's got the technical ability to beat a man. He's not tricky. He's fast. He marauding in runs. But I think you could potentially mark him out of the game. So I think you do need to you need him as an overlapper. You know?
Yeah, but I'm saying if you had Somerville was like further forward still, like if you had like front 3 of say Bowen on the right, Somerville on the left, Wilson as a striker, and then you're 3 in midfield, you could play him and play Paqueta and what's his name? Fernandez, and then you got the Magassa as well to come in.
Yeah. Mate,
so, you know, I'm just thinking when he was pushing the ball, he was overlapping. He was getting some really good crosses in.
Yeah.
And of course, like you said yesterday, Nick, no one there to head the ball. That's what Wilson will thrive on. That sort of service, you know.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I mean, what can you see him getting any more results this season?
No,
not this season. Obviously, we'll get results this season. But I mean, like in the next few games, can you see him getting any results?
No. Palace will lose that 2-0. you can. All the Palace are going to do is exactly the same as Tottenham. They've got Matata up front, a big lump. They've got Richards. They've got loads of good players in the air.
Yeah.
They'll just be set pieces and corners. It'll be the same as Tottenham. We'll get beat. And then we've got, is it Everton away?
Yeah.
I don't just get anything up there either.
No.
Because they do the same thing. Every team must be watching West Ham in the Premier League and thinking, all we've got to do is just do the basics. Just get the crosses in. He's got to lead that bloke out on Saturday. He's got to bring Areola back.
Yeah, well, mate, I completely agree. But I don't think he will. I genuinely don't think he's going to drop Hermansen. He's just not going to. Which is frustrating.
He's got no one to blame but himself if he goes, because he's doing the same thing. He's just being stubborn.
He's done enough to go now, hasn't he? Let's face it.
Yeah,
he really.
Can I ask Mickey? I missed what you said when you asked about your manager of your choice. Who did you go for, Mickey?
Areola, Bournemouth manager.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. What about you, Nick?
What if I could pick any manager?
Yeah, who's available?
I'd go Silva.
You've always liked him, haven't you?
I like him. Yeah, I think he's. I think.
Although saying that,
I think he'd fit.
It just shows, he didn't do well at Everton, did he, Silva? But he had done really well at Fulham. So
I just feel like he'd fit. I feel like he'd fit. His style of football, I think, would fit as well. And he is quite passionate as well. I quite like him. I like the guy. I think he's a good manager. I don't think he's one of the best, but I think he's where we are as a club. I think I think he'd fit.
Yeah.
I think he'd fit. But anyway, Gary, it's been lovely talking to you, mate.
And you, mate, and take it easy. And you, Mickey.
Go on, mate. Have a good one.
All right, speak to you soon.
And you, mate.
Cheers,
care.
Mate.
See you, mate.
Cheers.
Bye.
Yeah, do you know what? It's so difficult to even talk about this now, isn't it? Because I said this on the match review the other day. Everything that we're saying now, we must have said this sort of stuff on loop over and over again for so many months and years now. Even not just about Potter. I mean, the only thing that I do find frustrating now. Look, it's good that. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Big Phil.
Hello.
How you doing?
Fucking hell, what's he doing on here?
Fucking hell.
How you doing?
How you doing? I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm all right.
How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all good. What are you? How are you enjoying life as a West Ham fan at the moment, Phil?
Wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking like. Just don't know what's going to happen, and the next part of excitement.
Well, we don't have any excitement. This is the trouble, isn't it? There isn't any excitement.
I know, I'm being sarcastic.
Thing is, right? Do you know, if you go back to when Moyes went, there was an element of excitement then because we was thinking, ooh, what manager are we going to get come in? That was the last time I felt excitement. I felt none since then. I felt none. So, because if Potter got sacked tomorrow morning, I wouldn't be excited. I'd be full of dread, thinking who's going to come in next. I would be.
I was chatting to someone the other day, yesterday. I was watching it, and this bloke said to me, "Has he got any idea that bloke who's managing you?" I said, "What do you mean by that?" He said, "Well, I don't even really watch football." He says, "But they're completely disjointed." And I said, "What do you mean by that?" He said, "Well, he started playing right for the first 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden they've lost all their confidence."
Yep.
He said to me, "I think they're looking at his face because he don't instill any confidence in me." And then when you think about it, I watched Match of the Day and they panned on him about 3 times. It looks like he's shitting himself.
He looks fucking stressed, mate. He does that kind of Gio. I watched Gio's match review. He's quite funny actually this morning. I watched it this morning. He had me pissing myself in bed, and he was talking about the way he just goes.
Yeah, I know.
Like we can see the goal, and he just sort of does this.
Did you hear the post match?
That was the one I'm talking about. I watched that this morning. Oh no! You talked about Potter's post match. No, I can't watch it, mate, because I smashed my telly up. I can't listen to him anymore. I don't do it to myself.
I can't remember exactly what he said now, but it was on the point of the teams coming together. We need to be patient. I thought, what? I went to myself. How patient we got to be here?
Don't that just smack of a man that's just used to losing, and he don't even care if he loses it.
I think
It don't do anything. You know, I would lost, but we was unlucky.
Think he's totally out. I honestly think he's totally out of his depth.
Yeah,
I really do. I was trying to be the opposite to what I am now. I like to give people a go.
Yeah,
right. You know, in business or whatever I've done in my personal life. I like to see the best.
Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, just give them a go.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you want to hang yourself when you're shit, well, I can be the hardest bastard out of them all.
Yeah. No,
and I'll tell you.
And I get that. And I think there was a lot of fans that were doing that as well. There was a lot of fans that were giving him a chance this season.
He's absolutely rubbish, isn't he? Honestly, God. Nick, what have we done here?
Mate, it's terrible.
What have we done here?
It's terrible. Look, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, right? I'm not always right. With managers, I typically am. But with him, I've predicted how this was going to go even before he came in. I said, you know, he did well at Brighton, you know, because they had the perfect fucking system behind him. Oh, yeah. And I said, but when he was at Chelsea, it was more chaotic. He crumbled. He's going to crumble at West Ham as well. And but the only thing that I will say is he's been so much worse than what I expected. I never predicted he would be this bad, ever. I mean, when I say this, do you know how bad I think he is? I think he is our worst ever manager. I think he's the worst. I don't remember.
His stats are showing it, isn't it?
Yeah, but even beyond that, just with the you know the eye test, he's fucking useless.
Terrible.
You know, you can't. You've got to have some fire about you as well. You know, you've got to. He's too soft. He's too. You know, all that shit coming out in the pre-season where we're team building. I'm getting fucking psychologists in. We're sitting in a circle singing Kumbaya. This is a competitive sport. They're fucking you know that you're in the Premier League.
Yeah, but I think he's coming out of the school of you can't tell anyone they're bad. You know, like modern society.
Well,
you can't be a loser. Everyone gets a trophy.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mourinho would definitely
You've got to grow up, man. You've got to grow up. This is a ruthless business. You've got to get in there and you've got to tell people the truth.
Absolutely,
now,
you
players, especially modern day players.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to stand there and say, right, you're not pulling it, you're not doing it. I can see you're trying, but you ain't good enough, and you got to get fucking better, and you got to get better quickly.
You're right, because not every player is. We've got one who I reckon is self-driven and probably doesn't take any management whatsoever. In Jared Bowen, he's self-driven. You know, he always gives 100%, no matter who the manager is, no matter where you play him. He ain't always effective wherever you play him, but he always gives 100% every single game he plays. But not every player is like that. Not just at West Ham, anywhere. You're absolutely right, and that's where I think. Maybe the shock to the system that this club needs is going the complete opposite way to him and getting someone like a Jose in, because Jose don't take no shit, does he?
No, we saw it in that, what they call that Netflix thing that he done with Tottenham, the back camera behind the scenes thing. He brought Dele Alli in, didn't he? And he basically said, "You got all the talent in the world, but you ain't fucking doing it."
Yeah, but that's how you need to be. I watched a Joey Cole documentary. It was amazing. It was on YouTube, and it was what was it? Was it they called him? They said he was born on the wrong continent. The Brazilian, the only English Brazilian player.
Yeah.
And they were talking
similar sort of thing.
They documented his move through West Ham, and then when he went to Chelsea, and what happened when Mourinho came in, and he struggled under Mourinho like fuck for a long time. And he felt like Mourinho hated him, and he was really sort of off with him. And he was like, he said, even in one game, I came on and I scored a goal, and I was buzzing. And then in the post-match interview, he's almost gone, yeah, he scored a goal, but what else did he do? Like he slagged him off. He was like that, and he said, I was so down. He said, but then the next season, basically, the upshot is the way Mourinho managed him, he brought the absolute best out in him. He got it in the end. He got it in the end.
I reckon that's what would happen with Paquetá. I reckon he would see Paquetá and he would basically give him the confidence to grow even bigger in a funny way.
Absolutely.
I can see Paquetá being a bit of a pain in the arse, to be honest with you. I don't know the geezer, but it's a typical South American, Brazilian sort of way, in it. They don't like it. Don't like it if you don't love them.
Yeah.
But I reckon he would put his arm around his shoulder and say, "I love you. I'm building everything around you.
We did that with Hazard.
I'll get what you need."
So when he was at Chelsea, apparently Hazard was the world's worst trainer. The world's worst trainer. But he literally, because he was so good, he used to let him get away with it on the premise that he did it on the pitch. And you did have that situation where you had, because all that matters to Jose Mourinho is winning games of football. That's all that matters. So
I reckon he
it
would
could work.
walk in there.
It could work.
I reckon he would walk in there and he would go to that James Ward-Prowse and say, "And as for you, you can make the tea."
Shit. Do you see that? What Mo Shah's just put up?
Yeah, I did see that.
Mo Shah's just said, look, Jose Mourinho, 1,167 games managed. He's won 720 of them, 252 draws, 195 losses. He's got a 62% win rate. Potter's he's around about a 20% win rate, I think, in the Premier League. He's got 26 trophies, 2 Champions Leagues, 1 Europa League, 1 whatever that is, 8 league titles, 9 domestic cups, and 5 Super Cups. Fuck me. Yeah, go and get him. Sold. I want Jose.
But he was taught by Bobby Robson, wasn't he, in Barcelona?
Who Jose was?
Yeah, Jose was. Yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was his. Do you know how he started off? He was Bobby Robson's interpretator.
Oh, was
he? Yeah.
Was he an interpretator?
Interpretator.
He's a potato.
I need one of them for Mickey as well. If someone could come in here and tell me what the fuck Mickey says after.
Fucking hell, you joking? Yeah, there's Potter. 541 games.
He was actually there. That's why he learned his trade at Barcelona.
Yeah.
Bobby Robson.
Mo, hang on 1 minute. Mo, does that include his time in Sweden, though? It does, doesn't it?
Must do, yeah.
That includes his time in Sweden. That ain't Premier League. There's no way that's Premier League.
No trophies.
Yeah, but that's because I know he was good out there. He was good in Sweden. He should go back. He should go back to Sweden. He likes the blondes.
He should go back there anyway.
He does.
But yes.
But so anyway, Phil, what do you see happening at West Ham this season? What can you see? Do you think we're going to sort of get anywhere? I'm going to ask you now. Do you feel positive about the protest movement and everything else?
Well, depends on what happens in front of us, but at the moment, our trajectory is going to be relegation. Unfortunately,
you reckon?
I can't see us winning much. Can you? If you're honest with yourself,
under Potter, Big Phil, you could be right if he's under Potter. But I can't.
So at the moment, we can only talk about the people we've got in the positions, haven't we? So we've got a manager that we know, and we got ownership that we know. And if it stays the same, we're relegated.
If it stays the same, we're relegated. But I think if we went out and we got the first thing that they do need to do is he's going to have to go out and whatever money they've kept in reserve, if they've absolutely kept money in reserve. I said that they didn't even want to buy Fernandes. I'm telling you, Potter was always going to get sacked. He was always going to get sacked. He's going to be gone before January. There is going to be a pot of money in January. I can almost guarantee it. They will have a spend up in January. They will. I think we will see a striker coming. That's got to be addressed. It's got to be addressed.
Do you think we know as fans what should happen? But you've asked me what do I think's going to happen?
Yeah,
I don't think the board is changing. I think the manager may change, but that's not really going to change much, is it?
No. See,
no matter who you bring in.
I think we can change the board. I think we can. I think they're rocking at the moment. They are. Sullivan does. Have a good time, mate. Sullivan really does detest bad press outside of West Ham. He doesn't care about it internally at West Ham through all of our YouTube channels and all the West Ham media. He don't give a fuck what we say.
Right,
he does care what Talksport's saying, Sky Sports and stuff. He does care about that.
Yeah, I can see Karen Brady maybe moving on or resigning or whatever. but I can't see a significant change that we know we need as a fan base to really change the direction of this football club. This football club, as far as I'm concerned, and we're not the only ones, right? It's football in general. It's dying in front of us.
But we're the worst example of it, and
we are at the moment. And look at Man United. Look at the likes of Manchester United.
Yeah,
look at that.
I know.
They're not much too different to it. And who would have ever thought that?
No, it's true. But
that global fan base like that.
But I do think though, Phil. I think with West Ham, why you've got to act and we've got to act quick. I think it's now or never for West Ham because already so many. I wouldn't be surprised if at least 70%, maybe higher, of the original fans that was at Upton Park have walked away.
It's a bit like in the bloody country, isn't it?
Yeah, but I do
think about it.
But I do think 70% minimum of the original fans that was at Upton Park have walked away. I do believe that. And we can't allow them all to walk away.
I've done it. Loads of people, friends of mine, have done it.
Yeah, no,
I had a season ticket. For 40 odd years. It's the first year, even though I didn't even use it much because I was working abroad. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Personal thing. I've had a season ticket there for 40 years.
Yeah.
This is my first year of saying no more.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
No, I haven't told you that before.
No, I didn't realise that. That's another example, though.
Whatever.
That's another example, though, Phil, isn't it? Of someone else, a lifetime fan, has just fucked it off. You know, there's so many of us.
The reason I made the decision this year, other than other years, is because I couldn't even give it to a mate of mine anymore. I had to go and sell it back into this stupid system. I think that happened about 2 or 3 years ago, actually. But it wasn't this year. Well, I thought, I can't even give it away.
No, it's bollocks.
To someone that I want to give it to. I've got to sell it back to them who resell it to whoever.
Hang on. What's Gary phoning me back? Gary, you've already been on. Romford, he's got something he wants. I'll get you back on in a minute. You have to be patient. He's trying to kick you off, Phil.
Nah, don't worry.
but anyway, Phil.
Kick yourself off.
Yeah, but anyway, Phil, it's been lovely. It's been lovely talking to you, mate. We're going to give Kingy a call now.
And that's for you, Shirley. You haven't said much, have you? Again.
I was letting you talk, mate. I was letting you talk. I'll sort out the chat. I'm looking at the chat. I'll let you talk.
What happened to your watch-alongs? You fucked them off, haven't you?
Yeah, because you kept on joining. I didn't want to fucking entertain you, you old bastard.
No, that's a fair point. It's a fair point. I can't argue with that, you little fucking curly-head prick.
Wait, do me a favour, Big Phil. Fuck off.
Cheers, Phil.
I'm off. Don't do it.
Bye, mate.
Go on, mate. Fuck you, know.
Cheers, Phil. Right, that's fine. Kingy, 1 minute.
Go on, and this is my last call.
No worries, mate. No one's got any passion at the moment, have they? The fire's gone.
I'm nearly giving up on this shit. I won't, but it's just saying it.
It's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult. Kingy, how are you, mate?
Hello, chaps. Good morning.
Oh, you sound bubbly, mate. You sound bubbly. Mind you, it is the morning. I
had my morning coffee on Happy Days now, and it's another week to look forward to West Ham.
Yeah,
Happy Days.
We've got it out of the way. I mean, that's one way of looking at it.
And it's my birthday. It's my birthday this weekend, so
this weekend
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. So
you coming over for the one this weekend? You coming down for the march? I'll see you down in Roman.
Mate, I wish I could. Actually, do you know what? I wish I couldn't because I don't want to be anywhere near that fucking place at the moment. It's a nightmare.
And you're still recovering from the last time we went out for a drink, aren't you?
I'm still recovering. I'm still waiting for Mickey to turn up, to be honest. But that's another thing.
Yeah, but I only turn up when I like Giggy. I was out.
Well, lucky, as you said, never meet your heroes, mate. Never meet your heroes.
Exactly right, mate. Good, son.
Go on, mate. Sorry.
Did you two get blindsided by the Nottingham Forest game, truthfully, or like did it get you excited for that Tottenham game? Because it did definitely got me up for it.
Yeah, it did me.
And it fucking spun me.
I didn't realise it. I didn't realise it had. So in the week leading up to it, I was kind of I was erring on the side of that was kind of you know, I was telling myself it was lucky a little bit. You know, we're gonna return back to our normal service will be resumed. But then, like I said earlier on Wednesday, I predicted a 4-0 defeat. Then on Friday, I went, no, a Desmond. And the first time it's happened for probably a year, I woke up on Saturday morning thinking we're going to fucking win. And I really fancied it. So I did get real right. I did.
I did too. So when we beat Forest, I was like, he played with a striker. Like he played the back four. It looked like he was putting all the players in the right positions in terms of what we would want. And then as soon as I woke up, because it was Tottenham, it was 2:30 a.m. for me. Yeah. So that is a late one for me. So I actually went to bed early to get up and watch it. And then I opened my phone up, saw the fucking team sheet. I couldn't believe it. Again, I was like, how are you getting it so wrong every time?
It's the midfield, isn't it? It's the midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the first thing you look at, isn't it? It's the middle of that fucking page. As soon as you look at that middle of the page, you're like, fuck's sake. Like, do these people not learn? Do you know what I mean? And especially him. Not only does he bore me in interviews, he bores me with his team selections. He bores me with his football now. And when he did the fucking post-match interview, I don't normally listen to it. I don't normally, but I was like, I can't wait to hear what he's got to say today. Do you know what I mean? It was like,
was it?
I was like, I need to see him justify it.
Did he take some positives? Did he take some positives?
Mate,
did he? Was there some positives to take from that 3-0 fucking battering?
Sorry, that's tickled me. That as no. Do you know what? It was the first thing he said, wasn't it? He went,
"Oh, of course it is." Yeah.
There was a couple of positives to take out of today. Yeah.
Oh, mate.
I could not believe it. As soon as he said it, I actually started laughing. I was like, mate. You could have played the bingo game with it. You know what I mean?
Is he bantering us, or is he trying to sort of just pull?
No, I just think he's an absolute wet wipe, mate. I just think he's an absolute wet wipe.
You know what it is? He's got that fucking psychological degree, so he's trying to get in people's fucking mind.
Trying to mind fuck us.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what really irritates me from previous interviews that I've watched is when he talks to West Ham fans like he's trying to realign how we see West Ham, where he goes, well, this is a Premier League now. This is, and you're like, mate, we know it's the fucking Premier League. We've been in it for fucking God knows how long. We won a cup 2 years ago. What are you talking about? It's like he's trying to get us to realign our expectations of West Ham to a really low level that he's comfortable with. And I think he just wants. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's comfortable with expectation. He doesn't want expectation.
I think that's from the top down, though, mate. I think that's what's happening. I think we are trying to be sort of moulded into a new fan. So, like, from the top to the management, like to the players, we've the players. Let's start with the players. There's no heart and desire from them as a collective. No. The heart and desire from them is not there. Like, there's no one kicking people. Like, Juve had a couple of good tackles on the weekend. I thought he did all right.
When he clamped Kudus a couple of times.
Yeah. And he got the ball as well. Do you know what I mean? It was well done. But, like, in terms of them as a collective, you don't look at them and think heart. No. You've got a manager that is just puffing away when we're 3-0 down on the sideline. And not even in, like, an aggressive way. Even that's limp.
Mate, he's so limp. And the thing is, right, I know a lot of people give me a load of shit over the summer because I stuck to my guns the whole way through the summer about Potter. I did, right? I literally have, and there's been a lot of people that have been going, no, you got to back him, you got to give him a chance, and all that. And I'm just like, mate, I saw enough. I saw enough from him. And what made it worse? Like I said earlier on, I had really low expectations of Potter anyway. He's worse. And he's got worse. He's got worse this year. It's getting worse, Sarah.
Honestly, thing is, he is a Brighton manager. There you go. That is what he is. He is a Brighton, Brentford, West Ham, we've always had heart. We've always had character. We are characters.
He ain't got
And
any.
He ain't got an ounce of it, mate.
No.
He ain't got an ounce of it. And that's why he fitted in so well with Brighton, because they were probably just like happy to have him. Do you know what I mean? Whereas we look at him and go, you're lucky to have us, you prick.
Well,
you know what I mean? So
do you feel like, let me ask you something. Is there any chance that what we see public facing when he does a press conference is not him, and that he's really vibrant and really good to talk to behind the scenes and stuff? I can't see it. I don't think anyone can be that good an actor. He just looks dead to me. He looks like he's an empty vessel.
I watched Hammer's Chats watch along, because I don't think Mickey was doing one as usual now.
Don't do it, mate.
I said that in the chat, and I said he's got to give the team talk of his life in this half time, because at the end of the day, the game was there to be won.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And he come out in the second half, and we looked worser.
Yeah, we looked worse.
Yeah,
worse.
We did worser. And you can't imagine him being in that dressing room, trying to galvanise them, going, right, we're in this. We can fucking get something here. We're going to change this, going to change that. And what did we do? We come out in exactly the same fashion, let them fucking keep peppering us with corners. Fucking hell, that goalkeeper, he's like a FIFA glitch goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You know, when it just stops and it just it bounces up and down.
Yeah, mate,
he just does that on the line.
He's so shit. He's so small. Honestly, I mean, we've literally paid 15 million to weaken our team. We have. He's awful.
Who actually identified that prick? Seriously,
it was.
The goalkeeper. So that would have been the goalkeeping coach who's worked with him before, and he just really wanted him. So then he's gone along with it.
Because our goalkeeping coach was so shit that he's now Liverpool's first choice goalkeeping coach, the one that we sacked.
That's the thing. He was never shit. So all the other managers that have been in place since he's been there,
he's outlasted them.
That goalkeeper,
outlasted him.
He's always had a good name amongst like coaches in world football, and that's why when they got him, that's why Liverpool snapped him up all day long. He was never the problem. The goalkeeper was never the problem.
Yeah, but also Liverpool took another coach off us as well, mate.
But this is
I can't remember his fucking name.
But this is a problem.
The baldy one who played for Everton.
But this was do you know one of the reasons, one of the driving reasons that I really started the petition thing. Yes, I want the balled out, but it was because I really wanted to try and sort of whip up a bit of a frenzy to stop this from happening. Ultimately, I'll be honest with you, I could see this going this way with Potter. I didn't want you can go back and you can listen. I did not want Potter backed. I did not want us to go full into the Potter model and give him all of the money because it was going to go bandy, and they've done it. They've allowed him to get rid and replace all of the backroom staff. You know, he's surrounded himself by all of his mates. So when Potter does go, we're left with a fucking mess. We've got to go out and probably. Oh, mate, you've got to clear the decks and get all new people in again. We've got you've got a goalkeeper now. So not only have we got Max Kilman on 40 million on a 7-year contract, that's a complete waste of money. He was
fucking useless as well.
He was useless. We've got Hermanson who we've just spent 15 million on. We ain't going to get a fucking 5 back for him, mate. It's shit.
It's not going to go anywhere with this board anyway, right? So there's a couple of things that come out of that Tottenham game. It was fucking thank God that it happened, because it's going to highlight this protest even more.
Yeah.
Which means it's going to highlight the hierarchy in West Ham, push them out as much as we, hopefully as soon as fucking possible.
Yeah.
I can't see them doing it. I think, as you said earlier, I don't think they care about what we think, or I actually don't. I think they've got to the point where it's like, I don't think they care what anyone thinks. I don't think they care really about the mainstream media. I do, because at the end of the day,
I think we've got a chance. We've got a chance of forcing them out. We have.
Of getting them out. Yeah. We've got to keep doing what we do. Well, everyone back at home doing what they're doing, protesting and boycotting. I do think the boycott will work. But as I said to you in a text yesterday, fucking just let Potter put out a team. Fans will fucking leave anyway. I know. You don't need to boycott a fucking game. Do you know what I mean? Just let them play.
That's the other thing.
But
you know, like they talk about, he's psychology and everything else. So you're playing at home, yeah. We haven't won there since February. Now, to win at home, what you want is you want to get the home fans on side. Now, I know we started all right. I know we started okay, you know, on the front foot. But it's really,
I'd say 20 minutes we were all right.
We was all right. But what I'm saying is it's so important to get the fans up and excited. So giving them a fucking giving them a lineup that everyone can get behind, it would have got everyone buzzing in that place. There would have been more of an atmosphere in there. He's fucking useless, mate. I can't. Can you shed any light on the James Ward-Prowse situation now, or is it just favouritism? Is it just someone that he likes?
I think it's a name. It has to be a name. Like he just likes him because he's a steady Premier League player. But the thing is, with steady, we don't need steady at the moment. With no, because did you see him at the end of the game? He was clapping with Bowen, going like, and I just looking at him thinking, you are Graham Potter on the pitch.
Yeah.
That is the character you are.
Yeah.
You've got no bollocks about it. You don't try and galvanise the team when it needs it. You don't grab the game by the scruff of the neck. You are just a fucking jack of all trades, master of none. Because at the end of the day, if I hear one more fucking commentator say that he's a set piece fucking
all the time,
this is when he takes corners.
When was
the last time we scored from a fucking corner?
I'll tell you what, right? Mohamed Kudus put in better corners than him.
He was, I know, yeah, but where the fuck was that?
Isn't it mad though?
He never took a corner.
That leave us, they end up being a set piece,
Declan Rice
right, for Arsenal as well.
Yeah, I know. Fucking mad, isn't it?
Yeah, so, no, James Ward-Prowse should not be near that team now. And you know what? It's sad because Souček, for me, he did have a better game, but his second touch is always a tackle. And you can't be like that in the Premier League. Like if he reckons he's got more space and fucking. I don't know what sort of space he thinks he's got. Huh?
Sorry, someone said JWP is like a tank, and I went, "What, a Thomas tank?"
A Thomas tank, yeah. He's honestly, I don't get it anymore, mate. I really don't. And look, we know that now Souček's going to be out the team for 3 games. Look, I don't care what anyone else says. That's a good thing. We can't have that partnership in there. I'd rather have Souček in it than James Ward-Prowse out the two of them. I would do.
I agree with that, and that's what I think as well. But I want to know what's happened to Potts. Like, comes in pre-season, we was all excited by him. Like, talking about psychology, mate, how can you take a kid to America, put him in all the games, bring him home, and then not fucking play him?
Mate, he ain't even putting Marshall on the bench. We had 2 goalkeepers on the bench and didn't put Marshall on there.
Psychologically, that is a wrong fucking thing. So I don't know. Yeah, for me, Palace. I'm more looking forward to the protest and not going. Obviously, I'm not going to be there, but like seeing what comes of it, because I'm not excited for the football anymore. I probably will change my fucking tune as soon as I fucking wake up to watch it on Sunday morning. But yeah, it's becoming a chore.
I ain't looking forward to the Palace game, mate. I mean, they're good at set pieces as well.
He's a great manager as well.
Yeah, I know, but that fucking goalkeeper. See that for me, that shows a complete blind spot. I said it on the post-match review yesterday. Look, I can give a manager a pass for getting a signing wrong. I can, but you got to accept you've made a fuck up. You have accept it. Accept you've made a fuck up. Get him out of goal, because it doesn't matter how often he plays him. It ain't going to make him any better. It ain't going to make him bigger. It's not going to give him a bigger wingspan. He's going to, he's shit. It was a bad signing. It was.
Oh, big time, mate. And even him, but even him, right, as a player, look at the character. He doesn't look like someone who's going to fucking scream and shout. He doesn't look like, and not saying that every club does need one of them.
Yeah.
But we don't seem to have one. We don't have one. They all look around each other. When anything goes wrong, they all look at each other looking for someone to blame or someone to look up to, and there's no one there.
Well, he gets rid of characters. Look what he did with Alvarez. Shipped him out. And you listen to anyone from the club that talks about Alvarez. There's an article from Sufel where he speaks about him, and apparently, he was a hardest worker in the team. He was a brilliant team member, great work ethic, a fighter. He absolutely loved him. So what exactly was the problem there? Apart from the fact he had bollocks. He had bollocks. That was it.
He probably stood up for it. That's the problem. He probably stood up to it. And the thing is, with Potter, he's like that substitute fucking PE teacher.
He is.
he can't deal with a character.
No.
So if you're a character in his team, if he was a school teacher, you'd be in detention all the fucking time. Because he wouldn't take any back chat. It's his way or the highway. But because he's such a wet wipe and melt, and Alvarez is a proper bloke, right? You can see that. You can see he's got a bit of fucking Mexican flair in him that probably does have a bit of a row. And he just can't handle it.
No, mate.
And all he needs is players like James Ward-Prowse around him and Manson. Bowen is what you said earlier, just proper professional that will just do as he's told, but lead from example of how he plays and the way he conducts himself off the pitch. But we need players like fucking Alvarez, someone who's going to be a general, and fucking he should have moulded him to be his captain on that pitch.
Especially when you are a character like Potter, who is a complete fucking wimp of a man. That's what he comes across as. Especially if you're someone like him, then you would get someone like him on side. Oh, thank you very much, mate.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You need someone like him on side because he, like you just said, he can be your mouthpiece. He can be your leader. Make him your captain, and you need someone like that. When I was speaking to that Sports X, and he was telling me quite a lot. He said, you know, like when you get teams come out and they are a different team in the second half, you're thinking like, fuck me, that must have been some team talk. What he said to me, because he's been involved with football for years, he said 9 times out of 10. That is a player that's got up and ripped into the fucking teammates. He said that is a key player that's gone into that changing room and gone mental quite often.
Yeah. No, and you can see that, mate. And that's what we're lacking. And that's what I mean. West Ham's identity has been fucking watered down so much over the last fucking 15 years. And it don't look like it's going to change. Football's changed as well. We're the credit to West Ham as fans. Nothing else. Everything else has just changed, mate. And do I trust them to get the next appointment right? No. Do I fuck?
No,
because they just can't seem to do anything right.
No.
And I think they just want someone off the touchline. It doesn't matter who it is.
No, but what is for sure, Kingy, I just can't see anyone being any fucking worse. How can they be worse with his record? He's just.
I think that's a good point. I think that's a good point. No, what you're making there is a good point. Oh. When we talk about not making, I don't think, mate. Can you think of a worse manager than this? I can't.
Even Avram Grant probably be up there.
Yeah, but I mean about anyone to come in, no, King. You're not like who's been worse since us. But even if someone like Sean Dyche that I don't want, but he wouldn't do worse than what Potter's doing. They can't be. Yeah, but they can't be no worse than what Potter's doing. He's genuinely shit.
Do you know what's sad about it, though, Miggy, right? We're talking about managers the way we've been coached into thinking we can only go for them sort of managers because that's the managers that they actually employ. And that's the sad thing about it.
Yeah, I know.
We should be looking at Iriolas from Bournemouth, like looking at
Javi as well. Javi's available.
Right, let me just say this.
Craig Bellamy from Wales, I think is a good shout.
Rocky 2025, right? He says, let the fans vote for their manager choice. Right, now, I remember Nigel Khan saying that you can't let the board can't choose a manager that the fans want. And I remember him saying that, and he did give a good reason for it. But he wanted to, I'm thinking, like a lot later down the line, I'm thinking, but why can't they? Because we're the supporters of the club. It ain't working so far, their model. So why can't we have a say in who we would like to take charge? And there's no one's always ever going to agree, but then do the poll. Because every single poll that came out before Potter got in, no one wanted Potter. No one. He was way down, like he was at the bottom of the list. But they still went and chose him.
I'd be up for that. But then what do you think that Sullivan would do with that manager if we voted for a manager that he didn't want to bring in? Do you think he'd back him and help him be a success?
No, because he'll set us up to fail.
Yeah,
because he wants us to fail as a fan base.
Yeah,
and it's us against them, and that's why there's no unity. And as I said, he just wants someone on the sideline to take charge of a Premier League game and keep us in the Premier League. That is it. Like, he doesn't care who it is, really. Like, let's be honest. Like, he's never got a manager that we wanted.
He just wants to exist in that league. Ultimately, that's it.
That's it.
He does. That's what he wants. But I think that he could come unstuck this season. I've got to give this to Amos Miyake. The minute we got Potter, he said all along, Potter is a fraud. He's always said it.
He is, yeah.
And he's right. I've got to agree with him.
Yeah. Look. There's. Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. But anyway, Kingy, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, mate.
Yeah. And just one more thing. Give Gary a call back.
All right, Gary. Yeah.
Give Gary a call back. Yeah. Cheers, lads. Have a good night, mate. Enjoy, lads.
Akabushi's in the chat.
Go on, mate. Go on, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Get to the march on Saturday. Make sure you're there. Try and take West Ham back. Let's fucking have it. All right, lads.
Cheers,
take care.
Mate.
Have a good one.
Thank you very much.
Shut up.
Cheers, mate.
Right, I'm keeping out.
Go on then, mate. I've got one more call. I'm going to phone Rob.
I'm up.
See you later,
tomorrow.
Mick.
See you later.
Mate. Cheers, Mick. See you in a bit.
Thanks, brother. Bye. Oh, leave.
And then there was one. Thank fuck, he's gone. Right, hang on.
Oh. Hello.
Hello, Rob.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right, you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, Mickey's gone, is he?
Mickey's gone. Mickey's gone. Yeah, I told him I was phoning you and he left.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense, mate. I don't know if you noticed. I've sent you I don't know if you've even seen this. I've sent you an Instagram link to Graham Potter getting his hair cut after the Forest game. Have you ever seen this?
No. Let me have a look.
Right, you can have a look at it now if you want. This clown HD cut to put it up, but they've actually deleted it, but someone's still got it up. This arsehole went and got his hair cut at this place where all the really modern footballers go, and they just they showed the haircut and his hair. I mean, this was 2 or 3 hours after the Forest game.
No.
I mean, what? Yeah. Yeah, and it's not there. It's not there anymore. It's not there. They've taken it.
He's requested for it to be taken down.
I think he's requested for it to be taken down. What an absolute bellend! But he is a clown. He really is. This guy is literally the Rodney Trotter of all Premier League managers. I was shocked. I mean, the result was horrendous. I mean, I was at my daughter who's 6. She had a birthday party, so I'm at this place, like this soft play place, and they're all running around screaming, and you got the parents there that you don't like, and we couple. Thank God I had to sit with a couple that I do actually like, but you've got all this stress and aggravation going on, and then you see and then we. It was 0-0, and I just thought, all right, it looks like he's doing what we were doing against Forest, holding them off, and then we're going to pull the old switcheroo, give them the old 1-2 in the second half. And then obviously it didn't happen like that, and we went a goal down, and then it all capitulated after obviously old Souček went and did his little rash challenge, miscontrolling the ball. Never seen him do that.
Yeah.
But he lashed out pretty hard, didn't he? Obviously, I guess it was a justifiable red.
It was a justifiable red. I mean, he did almost take a chunk out of the bloke's leg. It was but it all comes down to the fact he just can't control a fucking ball, mate.
That's right. I mean, how many times have we seen that? You've got one of your most trusted by Potter, and obviously Moyes before him, midfielders in there, and the guy just cannot keep that ball anywhere close to him. If he's not giving it away, it's always a clumsy, it's a clumsy pass, or it's just horrible. I just, with Potter, trying to move away from the haircut thing because it's still annoying me. I don't think he helps the youth at all.
It is cringy. Yeah, it is cringy.
It's massive cringy, but it is gone now, the actual original video. But if anybody out there wants to see this absolute farce, just go to Instagram and type in Graham Potter haircut, and you'll see, it's been reposted by a few people. Bellend. But I don't think, obviously, he's helped the youth at all. He teased us a lot in the summer by playing Fearon and Pops, and look what he did to Scholes last year, how he destroyed his confidence. I think it was against Liverpool.
He pitched him against Salah with
that's right.
And the thing is, one thing that I remember about Scholes was, because don't forget that first game that he came in, I don't even think he'd taken a training session, right? So all of a sudden you see Scholes appear, you're like, what the fuck? And Hammers Mikey's always been very sceptical and said that's blatantly a PR stunt. He's gone.
Yes.
They've probably gone. Talk about the fans love that. Get a kid in there, and he's gone left back. Who can play at left back? We've got. We've sent Scholes in there straight from the academy. My God, he was a breath of fresh air. He looked brilliant, amazing. Over a period of time, over a period of games, he got worse. He seemed to get.
Yes.
He seemed to get worse with Potter's coaching. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he doesn't really know how to coach the youth.
Yeah.
So like I say, destroyed the boy's confidence, and then he's almost scolded the kid for throwing him at the deep end, not nurturing him in the way that a really good manager would, to try and get him into that first team and get him playing with those first team players. He's done exactly the opposite. I don't think you'll see that boy this year. I mean, he wasn't even on the. I don't know. Hopefully not that he's injured, but he's not even on the bench for Spurs. No. He wasn't even on the bench.
But like you said, if you go back to pre-season, I think the one thing that we love the academy boys, we really do. And it's when we saw that last 20 minutes. Against Man United, when you saw Paqueta linking up with Potts, linking up with Fearon, the football was fluid. It was beautiful. It was dynamic. Guillaume as well. Yeah. It was so good. It was so encouraging. You think, fuck me, there's something to really build upon there. But then, if you look at his recruitment strategy, I love Diouf, I do, but his first signing was to block Scholes from getting in that team.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
It's just a fact, We had he went and bought a goalkeeper that we didn't fucking need. We've got no striker, so I just feel like his priorities are all they've been fucked the whole way through.
Well, we've got a striker, but they're like a Kinder egg, aren't they? You split it in half. You can only play one of them each half.
Exactly.
Callum Marshall's going to get ignored. Callum Marshall again had a good pre-season, scored a couple of goals. I mean, maybe not. Maybe you could have started him. I don't know. Against Spurs, maybe it would have been a bit too much. I don't know. But you're not going to see that boy come on if Fulkrug and Wilson aren't available. He'd rather do the false nine thing, and he'll rather play without a striker than put Callum Marshall on, which is it says everything about his philosophy.
But imagine being like a Callum Marshall who wasn't even on that bench, or a Fearon, and looking on that bench and seeing two goalkeepers on there. When in the history of of football has anyone ever needed two goalkeepers on the bench? Have they ever been used before?
I don't know, but like I say, he is literally destroying these kids' confidence. And as I say, Freddie Potts pre-season pulls the rug from under him, and then James Ward-Prowse starts the first Premier League game of the season. I mean, even against Spurs, Fab came back. Why not put him in? Give everyone a boost. A man that knows how to win. I think Rob Green made a really good point recently on one of the games that West Ham featured in, and he said at this point, we lost a lot of players over the summer that knew how to win. Obviously, Fabs, Soufal, Cresswell, Antonio. These were players that had a winning mentality. They'd won. Obviously the bloody cup. What was it? Oh God, Europa Conference League Cup. These players, all of a sudden, obviously, a lot of people could argue, and are probably correct, that they aren't good enough now for our first team. But even not to have them around, the Soufals, the Cresswells, Antonios, those guys were part of, at least Cresswell and Antonio for 10 years. And when you lose that mentality in the dressing room, it was Rice as well.
Yeah.
You're all of a sudden, you've got no players there that know how to survive these rough patches, how to really G up these guys anymore. And I thought it was a really valid point, because, as I say, that's a lot of guys to lose that have really, had that mentality. At this point, James Ward-Prowse, he couldn't even get into Will Steele's Southampton squad in the Championship. I mean, that Will Steele wouldn't even play him. He wouldn't put him in his side.
No.
I think what people are. We're all under this conundrum. We don't know why he's playing Ward-Prowse. Why is he playing him over and over again? And obviously, he's a yes man. I think Potter sees him as like a discipline, and you know, like in inverted commas, trust player, Potter like sort of system players, doesn't he? Who want to stick to his tactical instructions, wants to recycle possession and not go.
He just wants compliant players. He doesn't want anyone who's got a fucking personality in there, and you can really see it. You can. You've only got to look at the guys. The guy's leadership team is him, Bowen, and James Ward-Prowse. No offense to Bowen, but him, Bowen, and James Ward-Prowse. You just like, mate. You've got to have someone with a voice, with a you know, what is wrong with the old-fashioned captain? You know, somebody that's willing to fucking take the ball by the horns. I don't know. I feel like we missed a trick with Alvarez. Personally, I think we did.
Alvarez was a massive loss. But again, as your previous caller said, I don't think he wants that drama. I don't think he wants to have any type of confrontation with a player. I mean, this guy, as we've all said, meant to be a psychological expert, this degree and that degree, but he can't manage people, and he doesn't. I mean, you know, I run a recruitment firm. You know, I've got 60, 70 guys on my books. They've all got different personalities. Some are quite aggressive, but I've got to get them to work every morning. They've all got to show up tomorrow, Monday morning, and if they don't,
every person needs managing differently.
That's right. So, you know, some of these guys you have to, you know, and I feel it's very, very, very similar recruitment and football management. You've got some guys you've got to stroke their ego. Some guys you've got to give a bit of tough love to, etc., etc. And with Alvarez, I just believe that, he didn't want that smoke. He'd have rather have got rid of him. And, you know, James Ward-Prowse will run and pass for him and recycle the possession the way he wants it, even if it's not exciting or effective or even, you know, driving forward. And I think, you know, he's known for all this overthinking shit, sticking with his guys rather than admit it isn't working. And then he'll try and coach the form back into them, and it doesn't work because he's not capable of developing players. Even, you know, Moyes could see certain things in players. The Arnautovic's, you know, I'm going to turn you into a striker.
He did undoubtedly get the best out of some players.
Yeah, but I don't think Potter can do that with any player.
I don't think that has he improved one player.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he has. And again, it's absolutely woeful to think that this man is sitting on the sidelines looking completely lost, looking completely out of ideas. And that's our manager, everybody. That's the guy that's supposed to be leading this team into God knows what, a massive black hole. But he is the kind of man that needs yes men, people that will not challenge him. That's why we've not seen Alvarez. And oh my Christ, what's going on? Why didn't he get rid of Rodriguez? Guido Rodriguez is still hanging around. All right, fair enough, he never played.
The rumor is that he wanted to retain him. I can't think why. I mean, even look. Having said that, and I'm not gonna speak badly of Andy Irving because I think he's actually all right for what Andy Irving. I think for what Andy Irving is, he's a good squad player, you know. And you do need some players and he's a bit of a jack of all trades. I think I would rather have him over a Souček or James Ward-Prowse, either one of them.
Absolutely, and so would I. But I think the problem with Irving is Potter thinks he's going to maybe go rogue. You know, he's going to. He might do something that's not in the script. He doesn't really understand the fella. I don't think he knows what the boy's best usage is. And I think with Irving, he's maybe an unknown quantity. And with Ward-Prowse, he knows what he's getting. With Rodriguez, he knows what he's getting. Irving, I'd love to see more of him. I've seen him. You know, I've seen him score a couple of bangers for us. You know, in I think non-competitive games, he looks like he's, you know, ready for some.
I just feel like he's a perfect utility player for the team. Personally, for me, with the players that we've got, I would not start him, but I would have him ahead of Souček and James Ward-Prowse in the pecking order. It's like that game at the weekend. Yeah. If you're going to play that way that we played, I would be playing with Magassa and Potts in front of Souček and James Ward-Prowse, and I would be using Irving off the bench as a backup. You know.
I can look at those lineups on a Saturday or a Sunday, and if I see Souček but not Ward-Prowse, I'm okay. I'm not raging.
Yeah.
If I see both of them in that squad, which I did on, you know, at 4:15 yesterday, was half rate. I was losing it because I thought, what? And then obviously not seeing Fulkrug even do 45 minutes. If he's if he's on the bench,
we've just spent 60 million on central midfielders in Fernandes and Magassa, and Souček and James Ward-Prowse are still in that fucking team.
It's obscene. It's obscene.
Oh, no.
And I don't know. We won't. I'm not going to go into the ball because we've done it so much tonight. But what is Sullivan looking at when he sees the man? I mean, if he gives a toss or not. But why is somebody not saying, what are you doing with this money? What you keep? Why are you starting those two again over and over? But as I said, safe players that he likes. Ward-Prowse are safe players. But they're not safe, are they? We're losing games.
They're not safe. It's not safe.
It's not a safe option.
It's not safe to have a tiny goalkeeper with
Lord.
two okay defenders. Neither one of them are great. Mavropanos is doing well now, but Kilman's shit, and I maintain that he's shit.
Kilman, I can't do him.
So you haven't got a great sort of defensive pair in there, and then in front of that, you've got the shield of James Ward-Prowse and Souček. You just like. Give us a fucking chance. No. Give us a chance. Please.
No, he won't give us a chance. Kilman is just a poor defender. The money that we paid Wolves, I mean, it leaves such a sour taste, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I mean, just get back quickly before I forget. Fabianski came back. It was a little bit of a celebratory moment. It was a bit of a feel-good moment. Put him in. Give us something to feel good about. It would have just... I think it was just giving everyone a lift, just to have given him that game against Spurs. You've come back. Welcome back. We respect you. You've been an incredible servant. Have this game. It's a London derby. Have it. It's a special occasion. We trust you. Otherwise we wouldn't have re-signed you. But no.
And do you know what's really insulting as well? And I'm going to sort of defend the fans that have defended him as well, because we've got a lot of fans that have been patient with him. He owed me nothing because I've been calling him shit all, since he came in. From what I saw, and all summer, I've not had any patience with him at all. None. I've got none. But there are fans that did. They saw what they saw last year, and they went, "All right, fine. We'll put it to bed. We're going to go again. We're going to give you a chance." He's shitting on that faith that people have given him, and you can actually see it now in the reaction of a lot of people, both on YouTube channels and in the chat as well, that were patient with him. I think they're more angry with him now than even I am, because it's like, mate, what are you fucking doing? They're fuming with him, not because he's made anyone look silly, but because the geezer just refuses to help himself. He does. He's not helping himself ever.
Well, no, he's setting himself up for a fall. Obviously, we don't know what some people are saying. He wants to be fired. He wants to collect his payout. I mean, football management is one of the only jobs where you get paid to be paid to be shit, paid to be fired. I mean, what is that? I mean, he did it at Chelsea. He waited all those years. It was years. To have the full amount due to him before he took the West Ham job.
This is very key. This is very key. Something Iron Disciple just put on here. He said Wilson and Magassa yesterday. It was time to do something different. But then he says the fact that Potter was calling James Ward-Prowse back to... I saw this a couple of times. Do you know when Souček, particularly a key moment in the game, and that was when Souček got sent off. He called James Ward-Prowse over, to take counsel with Prowse. And James Ward-Prowse then went and relayed that message on to the rest of the team. He is his on-pitch captain. He relayed that message on. And look, the key thing is that the one job that Souček was doing okay as well in that game was he was marshalling Bergvall. Well, fuck me.
Yeah.
The first thing, if you've given Souček a job to basically shadow a player that you feel is a risk, then obviously if he gets sent off, you've got to shuffle the deck and you've got to try and mitigate that risk that you thought was there before the game. Nothing at all. Bergvall just ran completely free of anyone and had a free fucking header.
Well, that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, that was it. He doesn't know what to do. No. He has no plan. He has no plan B. We've again discussed it already. That the corner, the first corner, where no one's at the back post and they're all at the front. I mean, he you know, he's not out there screaming orders. He's not out there directing. He's literally standing there, just like looking like.
Do you know we did that for every corner? So what Spurs were doing was they was hitting the near post in the first half, or closer to the near post. So I actually think that all Frank's done, because Frank's got a brain, is he's looked at that and he's probably gone in at half time and he's gone put it to the back post.
Yeah, that's all you need to do.
There's no one there. Put it to the back post. Just like,
but it's so simple, isn't it? Like you said, it's just so. It's so simple to beat us. So I think, you know, as I say, just a couple of points just before I leave you to sleep. I mean, like, you know, the no striker thing I thought was, I said it earlier in the chat, absolute disgrace. If they're on the bench for me, they're fit enough. Fulcrum, you know, 45 minutes, I reckon. Wilson, second half, just like it was against Forest. Putting Wilson on again at that point of the game was absolutely laughable. Yeah. And all that leads me to talk about now is, you know, basically when will he go? And I think if he gets a draw at Palace, he won't go. Obviously, picking up a point, it will give him the Everton game.
I really, really don't think if we was away at Palace, not that we've had much luck away at Palace in the last little while. If we was away at Palace, I'd say yes. We've got a bit of a chance. I just don't have any faith at home in that place. I really don't.
No,
and that manager, he's a good manager as well, Glasner. Potter's not.
Well, how can you have faith at home when our win record there is absolutely atrocious? I was trying to put it up in the chat earlier, but I kept ballsing up and deleting it. But here it is: the Premier League games played with Potter: 141, wins 41, draws 50, losses 50. 29.1% of his Premier League matches won. So 41 wins, 50 draws, 50 losses. Exactly. That is as of yesterday's game with Spurs.
But that is not acceptable, is it? I mean, you can't.
It's not acceptable.
You can't put that down to anything, and that's even. That's what I mean. The last 6 months that he had, everyone was going, "Oh, it ain't his team. It ain't his team." It doesn't matter if it ain't your fucking team. You've still got a group of players there. And everyone could clearly see that he was not getting the best out of him. He was putting square pegs in round holes. He wasn't doing the very best that he could do. He really wasn't. And he's fucking rubbish, mate. He's
rubbish. He's not going to galvanise them now. All of a sudden, is he? No. They've lost faith in him. Bowen's lost faith in him. As I say, I think a draw keeps his stay of execution. I don't want my team to lose. I don't want to be one of those guys that, we fucking lose Saturday, so he goes. I can't feel like that inside. I just can't. But you know, the only joy you could get out of it.
I desperately wanted us to beat Spurs, and I was worried. I was worried in the back of my mind that a win would divert some of our more fickle fans away from the protest and stuff like that. So that was in the back of my mind. But nonetheless, fundamentally, when West Ham are playing, especially Spurs, I want us to win.
Yeah.
You know,
that supersedes everything. I want us to win every time. But if it's going to be, you know, if it's going to be like this, where we win, we get our hopes up, and then the next week we're absolute dog crap, it's really going to be just like a horrendous season. And if we'd have beaten Spurs, he'd have got all of September and October. He'd have had credit.
Just this stat alone, how is that not a sackable stat, right? And it's worse when I read it. I've said it, but I've not read it before.
Yeah.
Dad's Our Job TV has just said 2 wins. It's bearing in mind it's September. It's 2 wins at the London Stadium in 2025. How the fuck is he still here?
Well, we're nearly at Christmas, Nick. We're nearly at Christmas, Nick. And it could well be. I can't see us getting a win at home at all.
No.
Under this clown, as I say, I think. I think if we'd have beaten Spurs, I think he'd have had credit till end of October. I reckon he'd have had a good 5-6 games. He'd have had something. But Crystal Palace, I think if we lose, he's gone. A draw will keep him till Everton. But this is just horrible. It's like dragging you. Oh God, it's like having a ball and chain around you.
It's
it's really hard to do every weekend, to watch the build up, to watch Gio and Gonzo, you know, and they were so excited as well. They were so excited this weekend. I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win.
Do you know something? I had a little bit of that myself. I did. I allowed myself to get excited
because
Saturday. Fucking stupid.
Because we thought the Forest game, you know, it led us into a false sense of security. And even up to the first half, we were like, okay, this is exactly what's going to happen. He's going to do his thing now, like he did against Forest. He's going to put a striker on. He's going to tinker here, tinker there, and all of a sudden we're going to hit him.
Yeah.
But it went completely, you know, which shows the fortnight ago was a complete and utter fluke.
It was a fluke. It was, like I said, Potter had to prove that wasn't a 40 clock moment. You know.
Yeah.
He had to prove
whatever genius that people thought he was that day, it was literally just like you say, a broken clock's right twice a day.
Exactly.
And that's all it was. That's all it was. He's gonna get a result every so often and you know, he took the credit and went and got his hair cut. But hopefully, as I say, we won't be talking about him for much longer. There's not that much out there in terms of well, what is this, Nick, with people saying categorically Mourinho won't come? Do you know anything about that? Because people are saying he can't. It's completely out of the question. So somebody obviously knows something about that.
That will only be that Mourinho has met with the board and it's gone the same way as a few of the others, i.e. Allegri, and Bielsa was another one as well. I know that Bielsa had a meeting. That was before Bilic came in. So before Bilic came in, the one that Sullivan wanted was Bielsa, but after Bielsa met Sullivan and told him what he thought of the squad that he had, that was it. It was done. You know, Bielsa basically wanted to get rid of everyone because he said it wasn't fit for what he wanted to do. Allegri said the same thing. Allegri said, you know, because this was when Lopetegui was going, and he said, I won't come in now. What Allegri advised him to do was keep Lopetegui until the end of the season. He said, because you won't get relegated with Lopetegui. He said, keep him until the end of the season.
Yeah, should have.
And then I'll come in the summer. He said, we're going to have to restructure things, get a director of football in, and we'll rebuild.
Yeah.
Sullivan didn't like that idea. He said no. So we ended up going for Potter. But what happens is quite often Sullivan, the reason we always end up with these managers is because Sullivan doesn't like, big managers have got demands of their own.
Yes.
When they come in, it's almost like it's a different job, isn't it? You know, like if you've got a Potter coming in, a damaged Potter, or a David Moyes who's desperate for a job, they're grateful that you're giving them an opportunity. If you're getting somebody who's at the height of their game come in, or a big name, it's different. It's almost like they're interviewing you, I imagine. This is what I need from you. This is what you've got to give me.
So Mourinho would have been seen as too much of a martyr.
I would imagine so. If I've not seen that. I've not seen that story, but I imagine so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a few reports out there at the moment that it's now a categorical no for Mourinho. I mean, I'm neither here or there on Mourinho. To be honest, I'm done with managers. I just can't anymore. But whoever's going to come in is going to come in. But so yeah, and I guess it was the same with Amorim when he came, and he may have said. He may have had gross articulate ideas that Sullivan didn't like as well, so that may be the reason why that one went pear-shaped.
Yeah, but all this means is that we know the type of manager that we're going to end up with, because obviously, look, Jose, his stock is probably as low as it's ever been at the moment. If West Ham are ever going to be able to get a Jose Mourinho, it's now. If we can't get him now, when are we ever going? You know, and I just feel like we know what we're going to get. We're probably going to end up getting a damaged fucking Nuno now, you know? Or
a Rafa Benitez.
Or Rafa Benitez or a Dyche or... I don't...
If anyone mentions Rafa Benitez, mate, I'm done, because that I can't... And what is he, 65 now? I mean, it's not the end of the world. Like, you know, Angie's getting on, isn't he? But... if those reports again of Benitez surfacing again, which it happens every time there's a vacancy for a West Ham manager or a West Ham manager about to be cut cold, it's always, you know, where was he at last? Celta Vigo.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2024. So he's available. It'll be up there. It'll be up there on betting odds. You can guarantee it. Benitez will be in
the one that everyone is refusing to talk about, even myself, and I am going to say his name now. But if you look at the betting odds of a manager to replace Potter, right at the very top is always Gareth Southgate. Always.
Oh no!
It's always.
No,
quite possibly the only other manager in football that is wetter and weaker and limper than Potter, I think.
Then Potter. Yeah, no, I couldn't deal with him. He's just a grey man, just that grey man that, grey face, grey suit.
Do you know what I want? What I really want from the next manager? I just want someone.
Tell me what you really want.
I want someone with some fucking character. That's it. Yeah. Someone with a personality, someone who will talk to the fans, someone who will get the fans excited. Someone that will be able to a man manager. Someone that can man manage those fucking players.
That's right.
And somebody that can man manage us and connect the two.
All right,
that's it.
So let me ask you this quickly. We've seen your videos on Nuno in regards to why he wouldn't work, why he's a counter-attacking low block guy. Could he man manage these players in a better way than Potter, which would still get a better result out of this team?
It'd keep us safe, and he'd get a new contract, and we'd back him, and we'd be sacking him in 2 years' time.
Yeah. It's like you say, that cycle, that death loop, the death loop.
We'd be stuck in it.
Yeah.
If he came in,
God, you can tell I watch every bloody video you do. Jesus Christ.
But it's true though. It's exactly what would happen. It'd be the same with Dyche. Whoever you bring in that will do that. However, I'm not so sure at the moment because do you know, like if you want to go out and get those, I don't think we've got a low block team at the minute. Don't forget when we had David Moyes for a start, right? David Moyes it's quite obvious that his success in his low block with that counter attack, so much of that was down to Declan Rice. He covered up for a multitude of sins. We had a generational talent shielding our midfield, carrying certain midfielders, shielding a defence. The minute he was gone, my fucking God, in the league, we fell to pieces.
It's horrendous.
We fell to pieces. Horrendous. So I don't know. If you look at Nuno's Forest, I mean, they had Milenkovic at centre back. They had Murillo at centre back. They had some really good, lively central midfielders. I don't think we could play a low block system effectively. We haven't really got enough. Now. Oh, we have got pace. That's not true. We need a striker, but we've got Somerville, we've got Bowen, we've got Guilherme. So we would have players in transition. We've got Fernandes and Paqueta now in the middle. We've got Magassa. But that defence would need serious fucking... the thing is, I don't want to go back to being a low block team again.
No, I don't think anyone in their right mind would. But look, just quickly on that topic of Declan Rice, who did we replace Rice with? James Ward-Prowse, Edson Alvarez, and Mohamed Kudus. Those three players, two of them aren't even here anymore. And Rice was just better than all three combined in that team. I mean, it's sick when you think about it. That boy is missed. I don't care what anyone says. He's especially in a team like West Ham, he's just an unbelievable player. How he'd get pissed off and he'd just drive forward going, fuck this, you guys are playing like shit. And he'd take the ball from literally defence and he'd push up the fit and everyone would go with him and he was like a natural leader. But as I say, James Ward-Prowse, Alvarez, Kudus, those three players were bought with the money from Rice. Two of them aren't here anymore.
No.
And James Ward-Prowse is, and that tells you everything.
What's really sad is when you look at if you look at the the team that played in Prague, the amount the team has been absolutely gutted in 2 years. It's been gutted. We had fucking Lanzini and Fornals that year as well. We had
Ben Rama.
Oh, Ben Rama.
Players.
What the fuck has happened?
Players we actually moaned about back then because they were getting stagnant under Moyes, but still really, really good squad players. How many fans would just die for Fornals to come back, to give us a little bit of character and injection and to feel like it's a West Ham team again? Lanzini and Fornals, You're pining after these players that you know are long gone, but were such West Ham players. And I say it again, even bloody oh, what's his name? The defender.
Who's that?
Oh, the cat kicker.
Oh, Zuma. Oh, mate, Zuma, Dawson, Oggy, any
they
of
were
it.
just,
I miss Zuma.
they were just,
I miss Zuma.
yeah, they were just. I miss bloody Dawson. They were just West Ham. They were West Ham.
I know.
They were proper West Ham without the H, and I can't accept fucking Max Kilman anymore. I'm getting more and more cockney as this call goes on. I just can't. He's not a fucking West Ham player. He never has been. And you know, Mavro, I've got time for. I've got time for it. Todd Ebo can go and do one and all. Yeah. Sorry. He can go do it. Lazy.
I've actually got a lot of time for Mavropanos because I think he has showed character. Don't forget the guy.
Yeah,
this is a guy that got booed off and he got booed on, and he's shown the character to come back. And to be honest, he's probably our best centre back. He's our best centre back now, I think.
Yeah, I like the boy, but the other two can do one. To be honest, we really do need. I mean, obviously, we've got the fella from Brighton on a loan. God knows how much game time he'll get. Igor. Yeah, we don't know. But look, go on all night. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Well, thank you very much for the call, mate.
Thank you for having me, mate. And we'll catch up soon. I wish you all a great night. And Nick, keep the faith, bro. We'll get there.
We'll get there, mate. We'll get there. Cheers, mate. Speak to you soon.
See you, Nick. Take care, bud.
Ta-da, mate. Right, I have got where are we? A comment from Randy. Nick, how do you want us to set up for Palace and the lineup to try and get some momentum? So yeah, I don't really want to talk about that now, that one, because I do want to. I'll leave that until later in the week. I can't even. I don't know. I mean, Potter's not gonna do it anyway. As the good thing is there will be no Jedward against Palace, so the relationship has been broken. However, it's a shame that it's going to be James Ward-Prowse that comes out, and it's going to be Souček that comes out, and not James Ward-Prowse, because one of them will always play. I would rather that player be Souček, because I think, as limited as he is, he offers something. He offers more. But yeah, so look, that is it from me. I'm just going to go through and just thank everyone for these super chats again. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony. Stevie Bill. 2 years, mate. 2 years. Ups and Spark, thank you very much. Alan Thomas. Adam Baz, thank you very much, mate. And a big shout out to you as well. I know what you're going through at the moment. Yeah, so look after yourself, you and your family. Rob J. Nathan, who we've just spoken to, thank you very much. And Warren Godson. I think is that 50 Australian dollars? If it is, you're very generous. Thank you very much. And that is that. So I'm going to go and get myself a good night's sleep now. I'll try to anyway. Thank you everyone for joining me this evening. I know it's all a little bit dull at the moment, and it really is. It's difficult for us as well. It's difficult to talk about. It is. Hopefully something happens this week. Hopefully something that we can get our teeth into. Be that Brady moving on, be that Potter moving on, something. Just something, because it's so fucking boring at the minute. They're really testing our resolve with this club, aren't they? They are. But thank you. It's been a pleasure, as always. And I'll speak to you soon. Come on, you irons.